everybody. I'm Laurie Cadden, and this is Talk of the Town. And we are here at the greenhouse behind us at Nay Aug Park on the beautiful Arthur Avenue side of Nay Aug Park with a beautiful woman on my right. Her name is Diane Baldi, RN, and today we're taping on Nurses Day. So thank you for all you do as a nurse, Diane Baldi, RN.
Thank you.
And Diane is the CEO of Hospice of the Sacred Heart. And behind us, we have some signs because we have a memorial that behind, right in this little area in front of, on the side of the greenhouse, is the Memorial Pollinator Garden for a part of the Monica Project, which I'm going to have Diane tell you how it started, what it actually does. It's a wonderful, wonderful project that was created in memory of a wonderful young lady who grew up in the hills of Scranton. And being here, Diane, I'm sure is such a wonderful feeling for her family. So if you would tell everybody, what is the Monica Project?
Sure. The Monica Project is something, it was truly an inspiration. We took care of Monica Patel, who at the time was an 8-year-old. And our whole staff was so involved in her care and then continued to be involved with her care after she passed away. And the truth is her parents are so very involved in the Monica Project. There's a little bit of a story, as there always is in Hospice of the Sacred Heart. I had been visiting our inpatient unit, and one of our nurses stopped, and she had lost a child, an adult son, one day, and she said to me, I just came back from Danville over the weekend, and I went to an all-day bereavement program because there's nothing available around here if you have lost a child. So I thought, well, that doesn't make sense to me. So on my way driving from the inpatient unit over to our center on Montage, when I tell you an inspiration, it was the thunderbolt that came, and I thought, why not do something for Monica, in honor of Monica, but also for her parents, who still to this day are grieving very, very much, as we can all understand. So the Monica Project was born. We have an advisory board. We're getting everything in motion, and then of course the pandemic hit. So then a lot of things became virtual. So the garden became a reality out of one of our advisory board members, Lexi Kelly, who kind of put us in touch here at this wonderful greenhouse project, and to do the garden as a place for peaceful prayer, sacred meditation, just a place to come that's quiet and peaceful, as you can see, and just to have some quiet time alone. And then the support goes from the advisory committee to turn into a program. And right now, of course, it's still going to be virtual, but for any parent who has lost a child of any age, neither of us could talk to them because we haven't experienced that loss, thankfully. But they do share a bond, and they need to know what to say. So the Monica Project provided that. The garden, it just provides a physical space for them.
Diane, as you're talking about that, and when you just said thank God, I don't know how people, and you do deal with death all the time and living, because the families have to go on. How does what is it, the strength to lose a child and to go on has to be the hardest thing you see dealing with pediatric end of life. It's awful.
It truly is. We talk about heroes all the time, and those parents and grandparents and siblings are true heroes. How they get through it, I think it's through certainly support, family support, outside community support, but every day they have to face that fact. And in this wonderful story here, as I said, Monica's parents are very involved. Her dad has dug ditches and planted flowers and everything through here. And they have a blessing of another child who was born. I think she's going to be 4 years old now.
Aww.
So, and again, I think I don't know the answer to that, Laurie, but I do know that people have inner strength. Somehow they do it.
Yeah, and to have that type of a group of people who can empathize, and to have that. And I know that bereavement. Could you talk a little bit about what hospice's role is in the bereavement process, Diane, and what you're obligated and what you do as an organization, and how many other bereavement type groups you have, because you cover every aspect.
Sure. For Medicare patients who have died during the program, we are to provide bereavement care for patients' families, their survivors, for a year after. It's not reimbursable, but we have been so fortunate that not only through grants, but through also the operation costs of hospice to provide something, because it's so important to those survivors to learn how to deal with their grief, and to know that it's okay to be grieving, and everybody grieves differently. So what we do is we have many programs. Many of them are focused on children. We have our Dragonfly program, which will be starting soon, for children who have experienced a loss, and that's virtually right now, and a loss of any kind. And there's truly some sad stories there. They have lost parents, they've lost siblings, they've lost grandparents. And then we have our camp, Healing Arts, which is a wonderful program that takes place in August. And again, unfortunately, that's a week-long program for kids 6 to 12. And they, through the artists, they learn a therapy. We're hoping that they find a therapy that will help them grieve. It's a week-long program. It's had such spectacular success. And then we also have Healing Hearts. For the holiday time. Everybody has different feelings about that. They stress. There's holiday stress to begin with. If you've lost somebody and that's still fresh, how am I going to get through the holidays without mom or dad? And then we have our general counseling services, and these are, again, they're provided free of charge for our patients, of course, but also for the community, because the community has been so generous to Hospice of the Sacred Heart. Now, I'm not giving you all the programs because I'm trying to think of them all right now, but we have many.
And they touch for every age group, and
they do.
And people have lost a spouse.
All
of those things.
Spouse group was one of the first ones.
And teenage and all this stuff.
We're
that's
starting our new
happening.
Anchors program. Thank you for giving me the little nudge there. Our Anchors program is for teen bereavement, and teens, as we know through all of the things we ever learned in school, teens grieve differently because they think differently than younger children. Way differently. And it's kind of an odd time in their lives to begin with. And if they've lost a parent or a sibling, they don't really know how to talk to anybody. They don't want to talk to their parents, and their parents don't know how to talk to them. So this program allows that. And again, we have an advisory board for that as well, of teens who have gone through our program. So that will be starting virtually, I believe, in just a couple of months.
And the thing about all of this, and it's important for you to understand, you as the viewing audience, is that the work that Hospice of the Sacred Heart does, and not just taking care of end-of-life patients, but their families going forward, and how they can help them grieve and move and be able to go on with life while still keeping the memory of their loved ones ever so present, whether it's the memorial services that are done twice a year, to our memorial walk that comes up every year. Again, it will be back for October of 2022, because that's a spectacular event. These are all ways that Hospice of the Sacred Heart really helps families to move beyond, and to not even move beyond, because I don't think you can ever do that, but to grieve, to be able to cope with and move with their lives while still holding on to those their precious family members. And this young Monica, I didn't meet her. I hear she was delightful as could be.
And favorite color is pink, as we all know.
And it's beautiful, Diane. And then to have this garden here, which I know you said the Patels are so involved. I mean, Randy always talks about Mr. Patel being here helping. I mean, the digging and the processing and all the work, trying to make sure that there's a place. Something, like you say, sacred, some sacred ground where he can come here, and so can many others, and remember that this is they're named in, the project named after their daughter, and to help other people in the process. So it must feel good to be able for this to happen.
To see it become a reality really is. Yes,
it's a good thing. So ways that you can help in any way, you can always get Hospice of the Sacred Heart. And Diane, what's the best way to get in touch?
I would say call 570-706-2400 or go to our website. There's a lot of information on there if you're not sure, but 570-706-2400 will put you in touch with somebody if you have questions.
And it's good, even if you have the questions, to understand. Not everybody understands what hospice does and when's the right time, Diane. How many calls people have called me because they know I'm affiliated and say, can you, and how many times I've called, Diane, can you talk to this person? It's so important to understand that these are services, and skilled, and that's the operative word, skilled men and women who can help you and your family. Anything you need, they can help. And the bereavement part is such a crucial piece to be able to go on with your life. And Hospice of the Sacred Heart does a great job with that. Many ways for you to do. If you've lost someone a while ago, still join the group.
Absolutely.
That's available to you. So, Diane, thank you. And
You're
thank
so
you
welcome.
for doing
Thank you
all
for
this.
doing this.
This is a wonderful thing. God
Thank
love
you.
our Monica.
Yes, God bless.
God love
Yes,
her in her
that's
color
right.
pink.
That's
So
right.
again, it is the Memorial Pollinator Garden, a project, a little bit of an offshoot of the Monica Project, which is near and dear to Hospice of the Sacred Heart as they plan going forward. There'll be many other opportunities, so just listen for that. And in the meantime, everybody, thank you again for listening on this beautiful day. Mark, take a look. Look down. How about the pink? We were looking at this. All of the beautiful petals.
For her color.
And yeah, pink for Monica. How about that? It's beautiful. So here we are at the gorgeous Nay Aug Park. Come on up, say a prayer, look around. It's a great place to be. Diane Baldi, RN, happy Nurses Day again.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Diane does a phenomenal job. And Mr. Williams is behind us. Give him a pan. See him? Look at him. Isn't he cute? Anyway, thanks everybody. We will see you real soon. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We're at Nay Aug Park. This is Talk of the Town, and I'm Laurie Cadden.